Hey everyone, and welcome back to Book Lovers Unite. Today, we're diving into a book that honestly feels like it was written about, well, pretty much all of us right now. It's incredibly timely and gets into some stuff that feels deeply personal.
So let me ask you a question. Think about this morning. What's the very first thing you did when you woke up? Did you stretch, maybe look out the window, or, and be honest, did you reach for your phone? Yeah. If you did, you are definitely not alone. It's become this automatic reflex, right? We plug ourselves into the entire world before we've even had a chance to properly wake up.
And that exact reflex is what today's book is all about. It's called The Anxiety Generation by Reyner Echevarría. And its big promise is to help us figure out how to master our social media so it doesn't end up mastering us. A pretty big promise, right? Okay, just a quick heads up before we really jump in. This explainer is for educational and commentary purposes. We're just here to unpack the big ideas from the book and see what we can learn from them.
All right, let's get into the diagnosis. First off, that title, The Anxiety Generation. It's easy to think he's just talking about Gen Z, but nope. The book makes it super clear that this title is for all of us, anyone living in this hyper-connected digital age. And it's no coincidence that as smartphone use has gone through the roof, so have anxiety rates.
The core problem, according to the book, is this thing called hyperconnection. Think about it. We're never truly offline. Our brains never get a moment of silence or, boredom. And that downtime is actually crucial for processing our feelings. It leads to this wild paradox where we can have thousands of friends online, but feel more alone than ever before.
So, if it's making us feel this way, why can't we just put the phone down? Well, the book argues this isn't about a lack of willpower. Not at all. We're actually up against a pretty powerful opponent. These platforms have been intentionally designed by behavioral psychologists to hack our attention and keep us hooked. And they do it with something called the dopamine loop. See, dopamine is that chemical in your brain that says, hey, I like this, do it again. And social media gives us little hits of it. It's the uncertainty, not knowing if you'll see a great post or a like or a funny video next, that keeps that dopamine flowing and makes you want to just keep scrolling. The book has this perfect and kind of scary metaphor for this. It says your phone is basically a slot machine you carry in your pocket. Pulling down to refresh your feed, that's the exact same action as pulling the lever on a slot machine. It's driven by the exact same psychological trick, variable rewards. Will you hit the jackpot? You've got to pull again to find out. And then, of course, there's the big one, comparison. We all know this, right? We know we're only seeing everyone else's highlight reel. But here's the kicker, the book points out. Our logical brain knows that, but our emotional, subconscious brain, it has no idea. It's constantly comparing our messy, everyday reality to these perfectly curated online lives, leaving us with this constant feeling of not being good enough. It all leads to what the author calls the like economy. We've literally put a number on our self-worth. You post a photo, if it gets 100 likes, you're on top of the world. If it gets 10, your day is ruined. It really makes you stop and ask, why are we letting a simple number on a screen have that much power over how we feel? But it's not just about anxiety. There's another huge side effect. It's destroying our ability to just focus. I mean, have you ever tried to watch a whole movie without a quick scroll on your phone? Or read a book for more than 10 minutes straight? Yeah, it's getting harder and harder. And there's a name for what's happening to our brains.
The book calls it popcorn brain. I love that term. It's this idea that our brains are becoming so accustomed to constant, super fast 15-second bits of information popping all over the place that we're literally rewiring ourselves. And the scary part is we're losing that ability to do deep, concentrated work, the kind of thinking you need to solve really tough problems. Okay, I know that all sounds pretty bleak, but here's the good news. The book is not just a diagnosis of the problem. It's a handbook for the solution. It's not about throwing your phone away. Instead, it offers really practical, doable strategies to help us take back control. Here are 4 of the big ones. First, curate your feed. Be ruthless. Unfollow any account that consistently makes you feel bad about yourself. Second, create no-phone zones in your life. The bedroom is a huge one. Third, try the 30-minute rule. Don't look at your phone for the first 30 minutes after you wake up. And my personal favorite, number 4, practice boredom. Just let your mind wander. It's where all the good ideas come from. So who should read this? Honestly, just about everybody. If you've ever felt that phantom buzz in your pocket, this book is for you. If you're a parent trying to navigate this with your kids, a professional who feels totally burnt out, or a student who just can't focus, this book has some answers. To wrap up the main idea, this quote from the book says it all. The technology itself isn't good or bad.
It's just a tool. The problem is, right now, many of us are using that tool to repeatedly hit ourselves in the thumb. But the most important part is, we can choose to stop.
And that's really the final, powerful question the book leaves you with. It's not about quitting everything cold turkey. It's about being intentional. It's about remembering that you are in control. You can choose to use this amazing tool to build something wonderful in your life instead of letting it tear you down.
So with that in mind, I have a challenge for our community. Most phones track your daily screen time. Go check it out, and if you're brave enough, drop your daily average in the comments below. No judgment. Let's just hold each other accountable and get a real sense of where we're at.
If you found this breakdown useful and it gave you something to think about, it would mean the world to us if you'd help our community grow. Go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe to Book Lovers Unite if you haven't already, and share this with a friend who you think needs to hear it. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you in the next one.